When you think of a cozy game, you might think of something like Animal Crossing or Stardew Valley. These games are designed to immerse you into a stress-free world where you don't have to think about your crippling problems in the real world. If you watched any of my excuses for videos, you could probably infer that I like cozy games as well as the general aspect of them. It's fun, it's relaxing, it's cozy. So what about cozy gacha games? I never really understood the title of cozy gacha games until I tried Infinity Nikki, which was a gacha game that advertised itself to be cozy. I dumped 20 hours into this game in the first week, and at the time there were 2 limited banners. One was this blue dress, lame, and the other one was this fairy dress that I wanted because it was said to help traversal. This game was gorgeous, and it had a pretty big fan base. But with any gacha game, there are countless limits in place, and it was as if this game was constantly counting down to the next item to collect and the next event to be doing. That's not very cozy now. With so many practices in place in a gacha game, dailies, weeklies, limited time events, and of course, spending money to get a limited time character, it's pretty easy to state that a lot of aspects in a gacha game is based around time limits in some sort of way. So I thought about it. How can a game that plays off FOMO be considered cozy or at the very least comfortable? My answer is, it isn't, and I think that cozy gacha games do not exist. Not Genshin Impact, not Infinity Nikki, not Withering Waves, none of them. They're not cozy games. Now, I'd like to talk about a previous game that I mentioned for reference, one that's pretty heavily labeled as a cozy game, Animal Crossing. This is a game that's full of a lot of little things to do, and it feels like it was statistically designed to help you relax. From talking to the villagers, fishing, decorating your house, or just immersing yourself in the world, it's no wonder why this franchise is so successful. That only gets better as more installments come out as well. I've always found it interesting when a game like Genshin or Infinity Nikki is referred to as a cozy game, because when I think of a cozy game, I think of relaxing, playing a game without any real worries, and just things going at my own pace. I can do whatever I want when I want, and that really isn't true for any gacha game, because the nature of a cozy game and a gacha game kind of go directly against each other, at least in my opinion. And this is to the point where I think it's almost comedic to refer to a gacha game as something that's cozy. Don't get me wrong, I like cozy games and I also like gacha games. Again, it is just interesting to call these games cozy because it doesn't really make sense given how the function of that game works. And sure, I can see people saying there isn't a definitive way to define cozy and that that's kind of in like your own world. It's pretty subjective. I get it, but I don't know, I just think it's all time gated, you're forced to play. You have to do stuff or you'll miss out. How is that comfortable? You're constantly forced to think about this game every day because you need to log in every day, you need to get the new stuff. You are basically like, the game is designed to make you play it as long as you can and give it as much money as you can. That's not comfortable, that's not cozy. If there was any feeling to be associated with that, I would say it's like stress. Just referring back to Infinity Nikki and the dresses, I tried to get the fairy one, and I ended up having to play until maintenance because I couldn't get the last darn piece. Even besides the FOMO aspect, I don't think playing a gacha game is considered relaxing because of the aspect of the gacha mechanic. If anything, it's exciting. It's more dopamine. It's not like something to just relax to. You might feel reassured or a sense of relief when you get a character, but that's not relaxing. That's more like, I can rest easy now because I have this cool character, or it's excitement, which is not relaxing either. So it's not a cozy thing, it's more of a hype thing, it's more of a like worry thing, it's not cozy. Again, I just found the label of cozy gacha games to be really interesting because I feel like there's so much contradictions when it comes to describing a cozy gacha game just because of the gacha mechanic that go directly against the idea of relaxation. I've always felt like they directly opposed each other, and I never understood why a gacha game could be cozy. Now I could think it's productive. I think you can feel productive for getting progress on your account, but I don't think cozy works. If I were to come up with one reason why I think the label of cozy games can be applied to gacha games, I would say it's probably because of the escapism that comes with playing a video game. And if that's the case, I do get it, But there's just so many levels of chores to the point where people aren't playing these games when they want to escape. They want to play the game because they feel like they have to. They play it out of obligation. Now, I totally get that it's just a word. Who cares? It really doesn't matter at all. I just really found the label of cozy gacha games to be really interesting because of I feel like it's not true. I feel like it can't be true. I just don't get it. And maybe I'm completely missing something. I totally get I might be missing something. I've just seen gacha games being called cozy for a while now, and I really wanted to write down why I found this label to be just incorrect or really just confusing to me, especially in relation to a gacha game. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.